Joining us now from Utah State, senior linebacker Zach Vigil, a guy who had an outstanding game his last run against Arkansas State. Zach, welcome to BYU Sports Nation.
Thank you for having me.
You have the opportunity to play football at the Division I level with your brother Nick. What's that like, having that brotherly connection on the same college football team?
It's a pretty cool experience. Me and my brother, we do brotherly things, and we talk to each other how brothers do. But before games, we always tell each other we love each other, and how blessed we are to be able to play the game of football together.
Do you have funny conversation on the field with each other, or is it all business?
It's all business, really. The only time we really loosened up was we were laughing sometime in the Wake Forest game because we were just getting after them. So we loosened up a little bit there, but mainly it's just a business mentality and doing your job, and yeah.
Do you call each other out when you make a mistake?
Yeah, we have no problem doing that, and I think it makes people better. I think when you have those kind of leaders in any, whether they're brothers or not, if you can have guys that aren't afraid to call each other out and let each other know that when they mess up, it only makes you better as a team.
Zach Vigil, Utah State senior linebacker on BYU Sports Nation. You have a run defense that's currently ranked 4th in the entire country. What makes the Utah State front seven so tough to run the ball against?
I think we have really good players, obviously. That's something we take great pride in. Coach Orlando does a tremendous job of putting us in good positions to be able to slow down the run games for most of our opponents. So combination of coaching scheme, and we have really good players here like Vigil to hold down the front. We have my brother on the edge, and LT's been playing at a high level also on the inside with me.
How do you prepare for a guy like Taysom Hill, Zach?
Well, in practice, to simulate a guy like Taysom Hill, you really can't do it. He's a really tremendous athlete. Everybody knows that. And the biggest thing is when you're practicing, you have to be able to think about what you're going to actually see. When you play against a scout quarterback, you just have to imagine, a 232-pound quarterback in open space that can run.
Yeah, I imagine.
That's hard to imagine.
That's hard to imagine.
Yeah.
Zach Vigil with us on BYU Sports Nation, plays linebacker for the Utah State Aggies. They will take on the BYU Cougars this Friday night on ESPN, 10:15 Eastern, 8:15 Mountain Time. What does the BYU game mean to you and your team, Utah State?
I think the biggest thing is we got to get rolling again and playing Utah State quality football, and that's something we haven't done, in my opinion, 100% yet this season. Not in any of our games. As far as the game against BYU, that's bragging rights. Obviously, we're not in the same conference, but it's a bragging rights thing, and it'll be a good challenge for our defense to see where we really stack up against a quality opponent. Obviously, in BYU's offense, they have a lot of threats on the offensive side of the ball. So, bragging rights, and then to see where we are as a defense, from my standpoint, anyways.
What's the mood in the locker room right now?
It's good. We had a good day of practice yesterday. We feel confident in what we're going to try to do on Friday night. Obviously, BYU had a week off too, so they're well rested. They're going to be well prepared. I think it's going to be a good battle.
These in-state games create for some interesting dynamics in terms of relationships and players know each other. How many guys do you know on BYU's roster right now?
The only guy I've met personally is Remington Peck. I had an opportunity to go. I'm friends with his little brother, Bridger Peck, who played here for a while. I was able to go on a cow elk hunt with them last winter. Remington's a good guy. We helped him pack out his cow elk. So.
Okay, so you're a hunter as well?
Oh, yeah, and I know Jordan Prater. He played football with my little brother at Fremont. He's a funny kid, too.
Remington sure made things interesting yesterday, didn't he?
I don't know. I hadn't heard what he had said.
He said that Chucky Keaton's going to medical redshirt, and then the press conference with Matt Wells was like, "Oh, is Remington in our medical meetings? Does he know all that?" You hadn't heard that yesterday?
No, I don't have a Twitter or Instagram or anything like that, so I don't.
Well done.
Yeah, I just stay away. That's how you stay out of trouble. You just don't have all that social media.
We've heard that from multiple guys.
Yes. Truth spoken by Zach Vigil, Utah State senior linebacker on BYU Sports Nation. Look, you guys have had some really tough adversity this year. Season-ending injuries to Kyler Fackrell. Chucky's now hurt. You had Chucky gone for the entire season last year. How is Utah State able to overcome it last year and win a bowl game and still find a way to get motivated this year as well when you're facing those types of difficulties?
Obviously, as you stated, those are great players that we've had hurt and had some adversity that way. Last year, we were able to rally, though, and just through the mindset of next man up. And that's something we're going to have to do this year if we're going to be successful. Next guy up, we have to step up a level of play from veterans all the way down to, redshirt freshmen who are playing. So the biggest thing is knowing your job and assignment, and your leaders have to lead and help the young guys out as much as they can.
What kind of difference have you noticed from BYU on offense from last year to this year?
Some of the formations they run are different. They run a lot more motions this year, which makes things a little more complex. Taysom Hill, I think, his throwing the ball was extreme. Better accuracy than the film I'd watched, up until this point last year. I think that's an underrated part of his game is his arm. He throws cross-field hitches pretty accurately, and the biggest thing I said, is the motions, but I think the running backs are running the ball more physically. Their fullback, 33, is a good blocker in pass protection, but he can also run the ball, and he's a powerful runner. So those are the things I've seen right now. Obviously, number 10's a really good possession receiver. He catches the ball, gets upfield. I think all the receivers do a good job of that for BYU.
You opened the season at Neyland Stadium in Tennessee, one of the premier stages on the college football scene. And you lost that game. You lose a heartbreaker to Arkansas State. What have you learned about your team in those two losses that you feel like, okay, we lost, but we got better?
I think it's resilience. Like I said, we had a good day of practice yesterday. We had pretty good days of practice last week. It was lightened up, but it was good and crisp. That's the biggest thing is you have to be able to bounce back from those losses. And against Tennessee, obviously, we got blown out of the water there. I think we cleaned some things up on the perimeter. We got better against Arkansas State. We didn't do enough to win. They obviously scored too many points.
Lots of connections on the coaching staff, and one guy that's new to BYU that was at Utah State, Zach Nyborg, former football operations guy. We like talking to Zach. What's something we can mention to him that you maybe know about him that he maybe doesn't want known?
I don't know, but I would like to know how his dating life's going, or if he's dating anybody, anything like that. I know that was when he was here. He was always looking to date somebody, so I don't know. That'd be a question I have. How's his dating life going?
We need to ask that question as well.
Yeah,
of Zach.
That's a fair point. Hey, speaking of dating and styles and hair and all this stuff, you might be a candidate for this, but who has the best hair on Utah State's football team?
Oh, who has the best? It's not. I guarantee it's not me. John Taylor has the best hair.
John Taylor.
We're gonna have to check out a picture of John Taylor.
Yeah, he has a flowing hair. It's great, long and thick. So way better than mine. I just grow my hair out because I figure I'm gonna have to have a job one of these days, and I might as well grow it out while I can.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Hey, Zach, thanks for the time. Good luck on Friday night, and we'll see you in Provo.
Hey, thank you guys for having me. Have a good one.
Thanks, Zach.